Hey guys, it's David from Trail Adventures TV. I'm here with Crystal, and we got the whole gang with us, and we want to introduce you to our new trail dog. His name is Kane, formerly known as Gucci to his family, and if they're watching this video, thank you guys so much. He's been great on this trip. Now, where we're at, we're in the Eastern Sierras, and this is our final destination, and you guys are going to ride along with us while we go from about 8,000 feet in elevation up to about 13,000 feet in elevation. We went to Coyote Creek, we went to Funnel Lake. So stay tuned, this is going to be a great episode. All right, so it's 4th of July weekend. We are up in the Eastern Sierras, and we got the whole crew here. So it's Tim, Monica, Joey D, Crystal, me, and Joey's friend Dave is also with us on this adventure. He's got his Ford F-150, and I got the new pup in the back. He's just chilling. As a matter of fact, that's where I got that from him, scratched me. Right now we're on our way out to Coyote Lake first, then we're gonna hit Funnel Lake, and then we're gonna go to an undisclosed campsite. The issue with Funnel Lake and Coyote Lake is they get extremely busy, especially on 4th of July weekend. So we wanna go out somewhere where we're gonna have some privacy. Now, Crystal and I came up yesterday, and we stayed at a campsite that we usually stay at out here, and it's right next to the Coyote Lake. And it makes for a great atmosphere. And so these other locations that we're going to go hit up right now are mostly for sightseeing. I'm going to share some of that location with you guys, so stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode.
Now, I need a great breakfast in the morning, especially if I'm going to be on the trails all day. Sausage links, hash browns, and eggs. Now that's my idea of a great breakfast. Now, we covered a tremendous amount of territory on this trip. The Eastern Sierras is vast, and it's beautiful this time of year. If you haven't been out to the Eastern Sierras, it should definitely be on your bucket list. We were treated to some of the most beautiful weather. We could not believe the temperatures. The skies were big, blue, the clouds were tremendous. This was going to be a great weekend. Now, the area that we were exploring is in the Coyote Flats and Coyote Lake region, and this area still has a lot of freshwater streams, and it makes it great for cattle grazing. You can spend so much of your time in the big city and forget what it's like to be back here in the backcountry. This part of the wilderness is virtually untouched, and it makes it that much more special to get out here and explore. Now, after being on the trail for about an hour and gaining an elevation of over 1,000 feet, we started to get into the tree line. Now, this part of the trail really changes dramatically from the flat open prairies to the tall pines. And we started to get into an area where there were quite a few small meadows. And that just was beautiful. To see everything open up and be green and lush and healthy was just beautiful.
Coyote Lake, and Coyote Lake is completely empty already. And last year at this time, the lake right here was still full. So the drought is real, guys. The drought here in California is really starting to affect everything, including the area of the High Sierras.
We left Coyote Lake and headed towards Funnel Lake in the hopes to find water there. Now, the terrain got more rocky the higher we went up in elevation, but that did not deter us. As a matter of fact, it added to our excitement.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you can't imagine the beauty that we have out here, I don't know what to tell you. This is just gorgeous. The Eastern Sierras this time of year, it's green, it's alive, it's just beautiful. Still a little bit of snow up there. We're about 9,500 feet in elevation. And the adventure so far has just been amazing.
Now, as we rounded this corner, we came up on a rock garden. Now, I believe this is probably where Dave suffered some body damage, and we'll show that to you later here in the video, so stay tuned for that. But we did have some good-sized rocks through here, but nothing that the Gladiator wasn't capable to handle. Now, it wasn't long and we arrived at Funnel Lake, and every year it's the same thing. I get excited as we make that turn around the pine tree and see the lake for the first time. These small alpine lakes in the Eastern Sierras are just beautiful, and what a treat to be able to drive right out to the edge of the lake. It's just wonderful. You know, pulling up to that lake and having my friends parked alongside me, it reminds me every time why I love to adventure. And I know I'm not the only one. It was only a few minutes later and we started to get a crowd developing at Funnel Lake. Now, that's expected during 4th of July weekend that you're going to have a lot of people there, but that's just not my scene. I'm trying to get away from the crowds, not be part of them. And I'm sure the rest of the people in my party would agree. For us, it's all about enjoying nature and having a little bit of tranquility. But we did stick around Funnel Lake for a little while, flew the drone, and then it was time for us to get back on the trail and head to camp. As we were on our way back to camp, I was reflecting on the day that we had on the trail. You know, we share a lot of laughs that are off camera just with our mic chatter. And Tim was telling us about an epic view spot or an epic location that he wants to take us to tomorrow. So I can't wait to see what that brings. The shadows from the pine trees were getting longer on the ground. Just another reminder that that sun was setting. And it wouldn't be long before darkness would set in as the sun moved back beyond the mountain. It was time for us to get a move on and get our tails back to camp. But there was no denying the fact that we had a lot of ground to cover, and some of this terrain was going to make it difficult, if not nearly impossible, for us to get back before sundown. My concerns were growing as the day wore on. You know, it's moments like this when I have to stop and remind myself to live in the moment and enjoy the adventure. It doesn't matter if we get back to camp before dark or not. No matter what, it's all part of the experience and the stories that you tell around the campfire in years to come. When we finally did arrive back at camp, everyone was quick to get set up. It was important that we used as much daylight as possible to get the camp organized and get ready for dinner.
Tent's already set up, and it's going to be a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Got Crystal's Jeep here, Wrangler Rubicon JL, and once again Dave's Ford F-150. Took a little trail damage today, and a little pretty good sized kibosh right there under the door. So Dave's still looking to get some sliders and body armor underneath. Because of some severe fire restrictions, we did not have a campfire, but we enjoyed dinner and the next morning. So everybody's just kind of getting up. Everybody's getting rolling. We've got breakfast set up, and we did a breakfast style fried rice. And thanks for Joey D coming through on the spare gas tank. I ran out of propane on my regular propane tank back there. Left the valve open. These were off, but it still bled off overnight, so that's my bad. Anyways, gonna enjoy some breakfast. Stay tuned for more. All right, so we just left out of camp, and it's about 10 a.m. So a little bit late start hitting the trails, guys, but we're following Tim. He says that he has a location that is supposed to have some epic views. It's about 13,000 feet in elevation. So we're going to be climbing about 4,000 feet in elevation in less than an hour. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We have been steadily gaining elevation and starting to see some snow off in the distance. So we're going to continue on and see where this track leads, guys.
Anybody want to capture that view out the right-hand side?
No, I'm good.
Man, you should be letting your phone.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that on the way back down.
Yeah, these views are amazing.
So the inclinometer is set at about 10 degrees of vertical climb. So that's a good grade to be climbing. According to the altimeter, we're at 11,000 feet. More or less in elevation, and still climbing. Some of these juniper trees out here, man, they're massive.
You're on the right, running up the hill.
So Tim just said he spotted a deer running up the hill, which is a good sign. That usually means we're probably some of the first people to hit this this trail at this today, so that's good. Hopefully we'll have this epic view that Tim was talking about to ourselves. are definitely on an old historic road here, and this road is not traveled very often. There's quite a bit of overgrowth already on the trail. The view of those granite Sierra Mountains is just gorgeous.
We were still steadily climbing in elevation and deep in the juniper forest now.
Yeah, 21 right now, 21%.
I heard someone once say that it's not the destination that matters, but the adventure in getting there that counts. And I'll tell you what, I'm really enjoying this part of the adventure.
Awesome. First gear, 4-wheel low, Gladiator just idles right through all this stuff. So we've been on the trail now for a solid hour and been at a 9 or 10% grade the whole way. We're at 11,500 feet right now and 2,000 2,000 feet to go, but it is getting steeper the farther in the backcountry we get. And right now we're just winding our way through an old juniper forest, and we're needing to switch back and forth through 4 high and 4 low, just to maintain good traction and not cause any deep ruts or anything in the trail. That's not needed. But this is exciting because this is a new trail for me, a place I've never been, so super stoked on it.
I'm ready for oxygen again.
Yeah, I can definitely feel the difference. There's certainly a lack of it up at this higher elevation.
Yeah, I took another half ibuprofen a little bit ago, but my head's starting to pound, so. Want to blast the oxygen? I have some. We'll see how close to the moon Tim gets us here. You okay, Joe? We can stop a second.
Joe, you okay, or you need to take a break?
No, I'm good. I'm just looking forward to lower elevation again.
Well, you're not going to believe this, but after all that driving and all that climb and elevation and everyone's headache, Tim broke the news to us that this was not the epic location he thought it was. So we all jumped back in our rigs and got back on the trail and headed out to the epic location.
So we're in the final stretch now to the epic view that Tim has been promising us all day. So we went to Green Lake, which is another alpine lake, and I thought that was the epic scenery, but apparently I was wrong. Looks like we have a little bit of the side-by-side traffic coming up, so pull over and let them pass. Some beautiful pine trees here, guys. So I guess the road ends here. This must be the view. We've parked the rigs all across here. Now you guys are going to see this for the first time, just like me. This is Tim's epic view location. If it sucks, make sure you tell Tim in the comments. Looks pretty awesome. Not sure if the camera's picking this up, but this is beautiful. A little windy up here, so bear with us if it's messing up the video, but let me zoom out so you guys can see this. So it looks like most of the mountains, at least at this side of the range, drain into that lake. We're glad that we could share this adventure with you guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We are constantly on the adventure, constantly looking for new locations to bring you guys new and exciting content.
After leaving that epic location, all I could think about is how nice it would be to own a small piece of land, build a small cabin, and have that view outside of my front door. That will never happen. The area is totally protected. It's going to stay wild for many, many years to come. The day was starting to wear on. We did stop at a small mining location, but there wasn't anything to see there, just some old wooden remnants. Everyone was getting hungry, so we were on the hunt for that perfect lunch spot. I have to say, our search turned out to be successful. Having lunch under these tall pine trees was just perfect. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section. Have you had lunch in a location like this in the mountains? Now, after 3 days in the high Sierras, our propane tank was empty, our food supply was running low, and so was our water supply. We decided that we would head down the mountain. Dave was also going to head down the mountain early as he wanted to avoid any 4th of July traffic that may be heading into town, so we thought we would just head out with him. Tim and Monica and Joey decided to stay one extra day, and they went to adventure some other locations near Manzanar. It's my understanding they had a tremendous time. The trip down the mountain is just as scenic as the trip up the mountain. I love this area. Probably be back next year. If you guys are interested in joining us on a trail adventure, make sure that you let us know in the comments section. We want to thank you guys for riding along with us on this trail adventure. You guys have all been excellent co-pilots. From David, Crystal, Tim and Monica, Joey, and Dave, thank you for being the very best part of Trail Adventures TV.